Hello everyone, my name is Victoria, and contrary to how confident I appear at the moment, growing up in New York City, I was actually a very anxious kid. I don't really know how this anxiety started, but I do know that it got really bad around strangers, and especially doctors. I remember going to a doctor as a kid and my anxiety being so bad that the doctor had to take note of my heart rate and asked me and my mom if everything was okay at home. Of course it was, but this anxiety and my mental health continued to be something that I struggled with even as an adult, and especially as a Black woman in America. This project originally began as a journey to understand the connection between mental and physical health for Black women. I wanted to understand the relationships with the medical system, and I ran a co-creation workshop with Black women in my community to better understand the strong Black woman paradox and in relation to the healthcare industry. But there was one thing that kept coming up during our sessions, and that was the concept of weathering. The various societal stressors due to racism and discrimination that can sometimes lead to adverse health outcomes for Black women and especially Black mothers. The truth is, the maternal mortality rate in the US is an epidemic, but it doesn't affect all women equally. Black women are 3 times more likely to die from childbirth-related causes often due to misunderstood stress-related conditions. Being no stranger to this feeling of stress myself, this changed the entire course of my project. I then wanted to understand how design can be used to address barriers to equitable healthcare for Black women. I continued my research on the topics of Black motherhood, reproduction, and the healthcare industry. I immersed myself in the doula and midwife communities, and I listened as news outlets continued to report new cases of women who left to give birth and never came home. My work proposes new realities for collective care, bringing the well-being of mothers out of isolation and into community by looking at 3 lenses: motherhood, the community, and the clinical. During this presentation, I'll be walking you through 2 of my many projects. One that takes a speculative approach and focuses inward, and one that touches on all 3 lenses. My first project proposes a new reality, one that is even more dire than our current situation. If hospitals are proving to be increasingly unsafe for Black women to give birth, what then becomes an appropriate set of spaces to have a birth experience? Is it safer to have your baby literally anywhere else? WOM is a wearable birth shelter that expands our definition of where childbearing can take place by enabling a mother to give birth literally anywhere. If individuals and access become a barrier to equity for Black women, WOM brings what a mother needs to deliver safely to her. This project presents a future I hope to never have to experience, a future of not just inequality, but inequity. But what exactly is equity, and why is it important? Equity means that no one is denied the possibility to be healthy for belonging to a group that has historically been economically or socially disadvantaged. And my second project focuses on attempting to bring the most emotionally healthy and supported pregnancy experiences to all mothers, regardless of socioeconomic status. You see, successful pregnancies and motherhood are reliant on continuous, stable circles of support that integrate the mother, the collective, and those clinical relationships. This is why doulas are so important. They are non-medical companions who support and guide women through the physical and emotional aspects of childbirth. They advocate for you, they coach you, and help to remind you of why what you're doing is so important. But my research uncovered that doulas can be expensive, making them inaccessible to those that might need them the most. There's a possibility that the relationship might not work out, and doulas can easily become overburdened themselves. And finally, information on how to effectively support a pregnancy is hard to find. So, how might we leverage the ancestral knowledge of the doula in a way that is safe and accessible for all mothers, regardless of socioeconomic status? Kin is a virtual doula care app that connects members of a mother's support and care team with live virtual doulas and gives them access to resources like video coaching sessions and telefeedback, filling the need for fully supported pregnancies had by all mothers. Here's how it would work. A member of the mother support system, for example, her partner, would begin by looking for a live doula coach. Their relationship would begin by scheduling a 3-way video call, and they would gain valuable knowledge during the pregnancy. Communication with the doula would be easily accessible on the homepage, and information would be separated by trimester and take the form of documented video lessons. The support person would also have the option of requesting individualized telecoaching sessions with their doula and saving those sessions for later viewing through our HIPAA-compliant platform. Kin leverages members of the Mother's Chosen Care team and brings its features to users at a low monthly cost compared to the typical cost of a doula, which can be over $1,500, and it's accessible by focusing on the community. Kin reaches across all circles of support to ensure that the mother never feels alone throughout her pregnancy journey, allowing her to rewrite her own narrative. This selection of projects demonstrates how community-elevating platforms and inclusive design provocations can be tools of collective care for Black women. I hope my work serves as an inspiration to others of the role design can play in healthcare. But make no mistake, I feel the need to call out the urgent need for even more research and evidence-based action on Black maternal healthcare. While there's still a lot of work to do, I'm hopeful and confident that one day we will get there together, because Black bodies are not defective.